Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I am doing a very loose watercolor in my Arches watercolor block. So I have already spent time really getting water down onto this paper and really letting it sink in. Now this block is wonderful because it does have the adhesive on all four sides, so I did not have to tape it down. So I'm just going to kind of talk you through this. I did not speed this up, so this is in real time. And yeah, we're just going to sit back and I'll walk you through what I am doing. So I'm starting with the sky, okay? And just so that you know, the brush that I use to put all of the water down is a Princeton Select Oval Mop 1 inch. That's what I used to put the water down. That blue color is cerulean blue, and then this is opera pink that I'm putting down. I am going to end up having multiple, I want to say layers. No, that's not right. Multiple tiers of color for the sky. And then I will have, a darker base where flowers are going to sprout up from. And I was definitely inspired by Karen Rice, who's here on YouTube. I actually took two of her videos and just kind of, I don't know, I just kind of did my own thing, but I was definitely inspired by her. So check her out. She's awesome. And so that color I put there was a little bit too gray. I was looking for more of a purple. So then I came back in with Imperial Purple. And yeah, I liked that. Now remember, the base, the paper is nice and saturated, wet. So as I put the paint down and I let it be, it will blend and move all on its own. So that's something that makes, this type of watercoloring just super exciting. Just, I don't know, a lot of fun. So I am coming back in with a little bit of more of I think that time I used ultramarine blue just to give it a little bit more depth. And you can see here I'm doing the dry brush technique where I take the paint off of my brush, I dab, dab, dab to get the water off, and then I go and I pick up some of the paint. So I just wanted to make sure that, with all of the movement of the color, that I still had some clouds, right? So I definitely wanted to make sure I had different values of the colors so that it would, excuse me, still look like a sky. And I'm coming back in again because I want to give it some depth, right? So I'm coming back in with a more concentrated ultramarine blue. And now I'm using Amethyst Genuine up on top. It is a beautiful deep purple. It is very granulated, and it even has like a little bit, well, I want to say almost of a shimmer to it. I don't know. But it's absolutely, absolutely gorgeous. And yeah, I mean, just playing with the paint, right? Playing with the paint. And don't be afraid, like that purple right now looks very, like when you look at it, I see the purple, right? But don't worry, it will, as it dries and blends and moves, it kind of goes into the background. So in the end, it does not look that prominent at all. So let's see. I have no idea what I'm doing right now because, oh, I think I'm looking for maybe a smaller brush. Um, yeah, so what I did do was I mixed some brown with some undersea green and perylene maroon. And I want to get a little bit more of a deeper color on the bottom. You can still see the green that I originally put down. And yep, so I'm just getting a little bit deeper brown on the bottom. And the next step that I do, excuse me, is this is like super fun. And this was something that I did see Karen do. So I'm lifting up the, I'm tilting it so that that brown that I'm putting on actually it helps it blend a little bit more into that yellow. And it just looks beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So I don't know if you can notice right now, but that yellow that's right above this darker color that I'm putting on, as well as the pink above that, those two colors stay that bright. And in the end of this, they just kind of pop. It's almost like there's like sun in the really far distance, and it comes out really, really quite beautiful. So I'm using a size, let's see, I think it's probably 0. Yes, a 0 round brush. And here I'm just trying to get some very loose stems around, and I'm using the perylene maroon, and it just starts blending out, and it just is beautiful. It is just beautiful. So I'm trying to do a very, very, very light touch so that the stems stay fairly thin. Some are thicker, some are thinner. But I just keep playing with this color and with this brush, and I'm just going in to put, different stems at different angles. And again, this is real time. This is exactly how fast I was doing this. And yeah, so this was just a ton of fun to just get my paints out and play. So I really, really enjoyed this painting. So you'll see in a minute that I switch to some undersea green. Here we go. And so now I want to pull in a little bit of green. So I'm going to end up with 2 different colors of stems. I have that beautiful maroon, and now I'm pulling in some green. And again, remember the paper's still wet at this point, so the green even just blends out. And that, I think that that's what makes it look like watercolor, and gives it that looseness, right? Is allowing the paints to do what they want to do on their own. Now, don't get me wrong. I love I want to say manipulating watercolor paint, but yeah, in this case, on this painting, I'm just letting all of these colors do their own thing. And you can see already that the purple up on top is starting to die down just a little bit. But for now, I'm liking the bottom, and I'm looking at it. I'm like, gosh, do I leave it like that? Because it just looks very like it's a field, right? And there's like all these, I don't know, like wheat or something, in a field. And I really was considering leaving it exactly like that, which would have been absolutely fine. But no, no, no. So then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to make these some very, very easy flowers. So I am using, what am I using at this point? I'm using phthalo blue. And just look at this. I mean, it's still wet. The paper is still wet. And this blue just blends on out. And it looks absolutely beautiful. And that's all I want. I just want to get some color to give the feeling of these flowers, right? The flowers are not detailed. They are there for color and, again, to make it have that feeling of, flowers in a field. So I'm also taking some of my cadmium yellow medium and putting that around. And some of the areas towards the bottom, it's a little hard to see the yellow because, well, it's yellow on yellow or yellow on green. But that's all right. I still did it anyway because when I look at the painting in front of me, and even at the end of this video, I have some photos. You can definitely see the yellow even on the bottom. So I liked that. I didn't want to go overboard. So then I decided, well, I definitely need to work on these stems because some of them felt as though they were just kind of floating in air. Even though I did really put them, I felt, on top of the stems I had already put there. I just needed to make it a little bit more obvious. So I came in with some rich green gold and again with the perylene maroon, and I am just building up those stems just a little bit to help make it look more obvious. And so I am liking this very much, and again, it's still blending out. It is still blending out. So even this second layer of stem ends up very, I want to say muted, but in the background, like really nothing in this painting in the end. I think it doesn't pop out more than it should. So it just kind of worked somehow. I don't know. Sometimes, I don't know. I do things and it's like, wow, that looks really good. I'm like surprised. But here I am taking the Moon Glow and I'm just putting a little dot in the flowers just to give them a little bit more of a flower look. And then I decided, well, I want to put just a little bit of this around in certain areas. So this is the Moon Glow. It's like a super dark purple and it can look very black. And I really liked that because it just gave the painting just a little bit more dimension and a little bit more color. And I think it really makes that yellow and pink really look even brighter. So I was super happy with adding that Moon Glow. I even put some up towards the top, and those, like these right here that I'm doing up on top here, they really blend in. So in the final painting, when I'm done, like I don't do anything else to those. I just let them be. And as they dry, they lighten up and they're just gorgeous. So that brush I have in my hand right now, just so that you know, and that's what I put the first layer of color on with, is an Escoda Versatile size 10s, And yeah, so I enjoyed using that. Now I'm doing some splattering. So on my palette, and I'm going to show you my palette that I used at the end. I took some of the cerulean blue. I added a ton of water to it, and I'm doing some splattering. So this is helping the painting look even more like watercolor to me. I'm taking the purples from up top, and I'm splattering up there as well. Yeah. And do I do it with yellow too? I don't remember. I don't think so. So I just splattered with the blue and with the purple. And yep, I'm just cleaning up because you know what splatter does, right? And I'm just looking at it just to make sure that, you know, am I done? Am I not done? And I decided I was done because I think if I did any more, it would have been too much. So I'm just going to hold it up so that you can see it up close. And then I'm going to have some photos for you to also see. But look at how it all blended together. Just absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So I really like the way that this came out. And again, it was just playing with my watercolors. And this is the palette that I used. And there's the blues and the greens. And then over here is the pinks and the reds. And at the other end is like my yellows and my ochres and that kind of stuff. And I'm just going to lift the brushes up one more time so you can see. That one I didn't use, the one right now that's all the way to the right. So I hope you enjoyed. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up and leave me a comment, and please subscribe. I would love to have you as a subscriber, and I hope you have a blessed week. Bye-bye.